sore tonight. I may lose my voice. I may keep this a short show. We'll have to see what happens. But we're trying to start so that we're ready for 9 o'clock on the dot. So it seems like I know what I'm doing. But why hasn't that started already? Oh, hang on. Just muck something up. There we go. Okay, that's better. Right, let me just get the YouTube link because it hides it from me for some reason. Okay, so it's supposed to be that, and I think maybe it is. There we go. That's even coming out. Brilliant. Okay, so you can watch it here. You can watch it on YouTube. And if I can find the post, which I can't apparently, hang on, I will pin it to the top. There it is. And let's just see if that's coming out. So we have to start it. And oops, of course the page refreshes. And start it. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's coming out as well. All right, brilliant. So, oh, no, didn't mean to do that, did I? Obviously. Okay. I think I'm going to sneeze in a minute as well. And of course, we run out of hankies here. Hang on. There we go. So short hankies. Because they're so in demand. Right, okay, there we go. Didn't sneeze after all. Right, okay, so that's all ready. And this is ready over on YouTube. So tonight is about how to be the bigger you. And even though I started 5 minutes early, I'm still not absolutely on the button. But anyway, so a minute past. So 2 minutes past will be seamless, like we knew what we were doing. Okay. Right, that says it's recording. Okay, so I think we're in business. Okay, so if you, let me start. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to The Real You, the daily live stream at 9 p.m. UK, at least while my voice hangs in there, and assuming that I'm still alive, of course. So this is show number 12, unbelievably, and tonight is a great one. It's about being the bigger person. Being the bigger person. Wow, that's no pressure then. So yeah, yesterday we had a great show about the shift in you, and we came up with some amazing stuff, and basically how it would work and what the shift in you would be and how you could kind of make that happen. But part of that is going to be being the bigger person. Okay, and that's not easy, probably. So what do I mean by that? How can we actually do it? Okay, so so the first thing is in any situation involving other people, and as we said yesterday, some people may disappoint you, and we're trying to find the right people who will let us help them, people who want helping, the people who like us, all of those things. It was a great show yesterday. If you can catch it, then watch it, because it was really good. But in any situation where there are other people, there's likely to be conflict or misunderstanding or difference of opinion, or lack of combined goal, or what the answer should be. Yeah, all of those sort of things. Because everybody's unique. Everybody has their own idea. Everybody's an expert in everything now. And and if you're trying to, put yourself out there like I am tonight, there are going to be people who disagree with you. There are going to be people who don't understand you, and there are going to be people who do agree with you. And there are people who agree with you but don't understand you, and there are people who agree with you and do understand you. So but when you're fighting against all of that, you've really got to kind of go into yourself and draw out your inner strength. Okay, but where is your inner strength? Where did that come from? That never happened before. What's that about? So here we go. So the first thing is that there are two sides to every argument. Okay, or there have to be two sides to argue. You can't really argue with yourself. If you do argue with yourself, you're arguing with the little voice inside your head, which is your demon voice. So there's still always another party. But so it always takes two sides to argue. So basically, if you refuse to argue, then that's it. There's no longer a battle. There's no longer a conflict. Okay, but obviously just not arguing isn't really enough, because you still want to make your point. You still want to be right. You want to try and give them the other side so that they can reconsider, because they may be wrong, and also you need to consider that you may be wrong. Okay, so maybe you shouldn't be arguing, because how do you know that you're 100% right unless you're listening to what they're saying? And the big problem with this, really is pretty much that, nothing is black and white. It's always shades of grey. Okay, so I mean, even if we pick something, something should be really, straightforward, like, a flat Earth, versus a round Earth. Okay, in theory. Seeing satellite pictures from outside the Earth showing that it's round should be enough. But there are still some people who think that the Earth is flat, and certainly for anybody, with a more sort of ground level vision, the Earth seems flat. There might be hills and stuff, but the world doesn't seem round. Okay, wherever you're standing, the world is basically flat, other than hills and mountains and valleys and oceans and whatever. It seems flat. And, but what the point there is, really, why do you need to be right? Why do you need to be right? What does it accomplish if you destroy their vision that the Earth is flat? Where does it get everyone? What is the point? So why are we arguing about it? So that's the first thing. So, and again, people who believe that the Earth is flat, they're not really people who want to be convinced that the world is round. Okay. So they're really in the 80% of people who just don't really care about us and what we're saying. And it doesn't really matter if we're right or we're wrong, or if they're right and we're wrong. The point is it doesn't matter to them. Okay, and that's the thing, about arguing. Does it matter, and to them, and to you, and if to you, why? Okay, so. If we're supposed to be communicating because we're trying to give value and benefit to people, disillusioning people, that there isn't a flat Earth, or that there may not be fairies, or that Santa Claus might not be real, although he probably is, in a different context, at least anyway. What's the point? So, is there any, there's no point in arguing, because if somebody believes something, then they believe something. So it's only when people are in a position where they want to debate, okay, or in other words, they want to learn, then the debate is worth even having. Okay. And so it's basically there's no point pushing a stone that doesn't want to be moved. Okay, it's not going to move, and you're going to wear yourself out. And all the stones that want it to be pushed or was small enough to be pushed, they're being ignored because you're concentrating on pushing this immovable stone. Okay, and it's not that when we don't want to argue, it's not that we're losing the argument. It's just that we're not creating a fight out of it. So again, it's not even that we're being an immovable stone and just saying, well, I'm not going to crush you, but I'm not going to move. That's not really, the answer either. So it's going to be about the next things that I'm going to, explain as to how this is going to work. But the first step is we don't want to create conflict. Okay, conflict doesn't resolve anything. What have I done there? There we go. Conflict doesn't resolve anything. Okay? It doesn't make you right. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make them wrong. It just creates conflict. So in order to, resolve conflict, people need to want, to debate. I'm just going to get debate, but I mean consider other versions. And and as I say, nothing's black and white. So really, the real reality is probably neither of us. Okay, it's not you and it's not them and it's not me and it's not you and it's not me and it's not them. There's going to be a shades of grey. So everything's going to be partly true and differently true to different people. And one of the sort of charming concepts I've come up with is different versions of the truth. Okay, I don't mean white lies or anything, in that sense. I mean that to different people, there are different realities, and it means different things to people. And something that's important to you might not be important to them, and vice versa. And again, if somebody needs to believe that the Earth is flat because it makes them happier because they feel that they're not going to fall off, or because they're more grounded in where they're standing and it looks flat, at the moment, and they don't want to, go out in outer space and see that it's round. That's fine. Why do we need to, worry about that? Why do we need to argue about that? So the first thing is it takes two sides to argue. I'm not saying being an immovable stone. I'm just saying, let's not, let's avoid conflict. And also remember, you may be wrong. Or you may be wrong, if you were them. Okay, but the first thing is avoid conflict because it's a waste of our energy and it means we're not helping the people that we should be helping because we're just creating conflict. So that's step one. Step two is divert and not duck. So what I mean by that really is like in martial arts. So if you've got an opponent who's bigger, stronger, and faster than you, okay, you're basically not going to win, taking them head on, okay, because they'll just crush you. I know why I'm laughing. That's not even funny, but it's kind of if it was a cartoon, it'd be funny. So what do we do? Well, in the martial arts that deal with this, is that they kind of, sweep and divert the energy. So they don't take the energy impact on; they divert it to a direction that they want. So if somebody's coming towards you with a punch, they can sweep them round, to make them go past you and to basically go where you want them to go, which is to fall over on the ground or lose their balance or whatever. So diverting the energy is much more efficient and it's how you can kind of not beat a bigger opponent, but how you can, compete or manage or stay alive with a bigger opponent. Okay, and it's the same thing, with words and conversations and all that. Okay, so just saying no, and that kind of thing, that's a head-on kind of thing. But if if you listen to what they're saying, and then you say, why do you think that? Or what proof have you got that what you are saying is true? Okay, now you're listening to them, you're taking their point on board. You are also actually, considering whether you're wrong or whether there's another shade of truth, another version of truth, is happening. But you're making them question, their own beliefs, and that's actually more powerful than you just saying, "No, it's like this. No, it's like this. No, you're wrong." Okay, it doesn't get anyone anywhere, because pretty much as soon as you say, no, they're immediately going to think yes. So that's not a debate. There's no room for movement there. There's no room for growth on either side, and it results in one person being defeated. And we don't want, if we're trying to help the other person, I'm going to run that down because it's quite good. If we're trying to help the other person, we do not want to defeat them. I think I can get that to stay in size. There we are. Let's make that background white, because the background design is not actually helping. Thank you, whoever did that. Well, that's user error. I shouldn't be in that area, should I? So again, you see, I'm started to apportion buying, and then and then I can accept that that in their version of reality, they wanted it to look pretty, and they didn't expect me to have so many words that I'd be over there. Okay, anyway, let's not go into that, but you can see how things can spiral out of control, and me effing and blinding about that, and it's really me not understanding what they meant, which was to make it look pretty, but don't type over there. Whereas obviously I'm going completely against their idea, because they never told me, and going, how can I get all my stuff in here when this stupid design's in the background? But it makes it look pretty, so I need to type less per slide. So but if they explain that to me, that's what would the argument that would make me change my mind and see their version of reality. Whereas my version of reality at the moment is I can't type everything I need, and their version of reality is they want it to look nice and they expect me to type less and just use another slide. Okay, but if we both say no, that's the way to do it. Yes, that's the way to do it. No, that's not the way to do it. Yes, that's the way to do it. That's an argument. That's a conflict. And if we're trying to help each other, we're trying to help the other person, we don't want to defeat them. And by saying yes or no, there can only be one winner there, and that would defeat the other person. That in this case, that would be me, for not understanding how they meant. But also, it's a defeat for them because they didn't explain what was supposed to happen. Okay, so just a very small example of what I mean. But anyway, divert, not duck. So when I write to them and say, hey, this is crap, how do you expect me to write, get all my stuff on the slide? They can get upset about that and react badly and think, don't use it then, bugger off. Or they can say, okay, well, the way we thought, the way we imagined it being used was that we wanted it to make it look pretty, but so we thought that you just wouldn't type there, and we're sorry that we let you make the box big enough that you could type there, but basically when you run out of room, we just expect you to create another slide, and this is how easy it is to create another slide. And try that and see if that works for you. Okay, so that would be them helping me and diffusing my angry email saying your system is rubbish. So as I say, if we're trying to help the other person, we do not want to defeat them. Okay, so we always need to divert, not duck. That's how we can actually get any leverage at all over a bigger opponent. And we want to make them, if we want to create debate and help them to change their mind, or give them the option, I should say, really, to change their mind, then we need to, help them and not create conflict and divert their energy and their anger into, creativity and whatever. So monitor and reveal. So, I mean, this is a harder one, but, generally, the first thing I think we probably need to accept is we can't change most people's minds. Okay, and we shouldn't want to. Okay, and we shouldn't want to. And I guess that's the bigger point of this, really. Because we should only be trying to help those that want our help. They not need, but want our help. Okay, so are they ready to debate and grow? I'm using the word debate. It's not really the word I wanted to use, but I can't think of the right word here. So and that's the most important thing. But if we are in a situation which is middle ground, or even lower ground, or even if it's even if we're kind of making an impact, we need to monitor their reaction and look for any seed. Because if we put any, it's very unlikely that they'll change their mind now. Okay, but the seed, will they be more open in the future, and maybe not even to this thing or to us, but so that they can see that there are other opinions, other possibilities. If we can get them to accept other possibilities, not that we're saying we're right or or that they're wrong or anything like that, but just the possibility, rather than being blinkered and not considering anything else. Okay, because as I say, there's always this shades of grey kind of thing going on anyway, and there's different versions of the truth for different people. But will they accept that there's other possibilities, or are they so blinkered that they won't accept anything? In which case, why are we talking to them, really? Because we shouldn't want to change them if they don't want to change. Okay, they should be asking for help if we're going to help them, really. But if we're in that situation, we want to monitor them and see if we can that should be reveal, not rebel. No, I do mean rebel, actually. And see if we get any seeds of change, whether they're open, whether they can become more open to other possibilities. And if they do, even if there's a small chance, we should revel in that glimpse, in that we've planted a seed, and maybe something good will come of it. Okay, because that's all we can really do ever. It's just to offer these seeds and see if they grow. But don't expect instant gratification. People aren't going to say, "Oh yes, you're right." At best, they're going to probably say, "I'll think about it." But that's a huge impact. If somebody's going to actually go and think about it, you've really planted a seed there. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I'll check what you think of these in a minute if you want to respond. Okay, so this is kind of like the art war kind of thing. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, but it's about the battle and the war. And again, yeah, as I say, yeah, we can't expect instant change. Okay, and we shouldn't force our opinion or ideas, on others. Okay, we need to just present the seeds, and then let them choose. That's the ideal situation. That's all we should expect. And that's that. So, but in every, I don't really want to call it confrontation. That's not really what I mean. But in every time we try and communicate, okay, we may feel that we've lost our point, and they don't understand, or don't care, or or just aren't listening, or whatever it is. Okay? And that's hard. That's hard. You're trying to put yourself out there. You're trying to give them the best that you can, that you think will benefit them. You're trying to help them, and basically they throw it back in your face, in one of these kind of ways, and it's hard to deal with that. But what I'm saying is that we need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Okay, and the bigger picture is that we're fighting a war, basically, and there'll be many battles in that, and some will win and some will lose. Okay, but all we can hope for really is that every battle is the best you can do, and as productive as it can be. And again, and as I say, it's about planting seeds anyway. We can't expect instant change. So there we are. So actually, I'm just going to put a thing in there, a slide. Okay, so something I've said several times now is that we can't expect instant change. Okay, and the kind of lesson to learn in there is to be patient, and to believe in the bigger picture. Okay, or which is kind of the war, basically. So there are battles and there are wars, but we're aiming to win the war. And that's the thing. But are you still patient? I thought patient. Anyway, maybe it's right. Doesn't seem to be quite right. But to be patient, okay? Because and if you want to know why we should be patient, it's what I said as well. If we are trying to help the other person, we need to not defeat them, okay? But help them to grow, and and that kind of stuff. So that's the point. We should take pride and what's that word I'm looking for? Not condolence, but anyway, something like condolence in in the fact that we even get this opportunity to talk to them. But we have to be patient with ourselves and with others, and that's a long part of what's behind all this being a bigger person. Bigger person. If you're going to react quickly and overreact quickly, then you're not going to be the bigger person. So the bigger person is about being patient and pausing, and and being in the bigger picture, and not worrying about roadblocks and battles and that kind of stuff. Okay, let me just see if Okay, so do you understand the P word? Okay, so I'm not seeing at the moment, although I often don't see the Facebook comments till afterwards. It doesn't seem to refresh, which is why I prefer YouTube. But yeah, do you understand the P word? Okay, so yeah, so that's that. Okay, so no questions, no feedback so far. Let's carry on with this. And we're almost done them. I was trying to do a short show tonight, but we're almost done, 40 minutes anyway. Right, this is another one. Yeah, letting them think that they have won. Okay, I know that sounds maybe even dishonest, but really, as I say, I'm gonna have to get a T-shirt made out of this. If we're trying to help them, we don't want to defeat them. Upside down. So we don't want them to give in instantly and go, "Oh, you're right, I was wrong." That's not how we want to make them feel. We don't want to make them feel they're wrong. We want to, make them, show them things or make them think things or find answers within themselves, so that they have a new vision of it. They can reframe, what they believe. Okay, and that's really, that should be a growth thing, not a defeat. I was wrong. Make them feel bad thing. Okay, and the bottom line of that is, it's always giving people room to back down gracefully. Okay, and I think that's really key, to be honest, because if you think, how can I give them room to back down gracefully, and not to defeat them, but to make them realise that they've grown, or or that they've discovered something new, or anything like that. And if you think, how can I do that? That's actually, quite a powerful kind of technique for yourself, in that in how you're going to deal with these people, to try and work out how you can present your, case, or how you can help them without making them feel helped, to be honest. Because we don't want to make them feel smaller, or anything like that. And it's the same. You find it a lot with people who are ill, or that kind of thing, in that they want help, but they need to keep their they need to keep their pride. I don't know if pride's the right word, but you know what I mean by that. Okay, so we always need to help people, but let them keep their self-respect and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but thinking, how can I help them without making them, without defeating them? How can I give them room to back down, to gracefully, and and actually to be re-energized, that they found out something new, rather than making them feel small or inferior or wrong. We don't want to do that. Okay, because if we're trying to help them, we don't want to defeat them. Okay, and that's really, a really important part of being the bigger person. Okay, because the smaller person will want to defeat them so that they can feel big. Okay, we're not trying to feel big. We're trying to help them. Okay, so we don't want to make them feel small, and we don't want to make ourselves feel big. We're just trying to help them. Okay, so hopefully that makes a lot of sense. And if you just think about that, how can I let them back down gracefully? How can I give them room to maneuver? How can I let them discover and learn, and suddenly get the aha moment without feeling less of a person. Okay, hopefully you get that. Hang on, I'll put the same one in there. Okay, I wonder if I've missed one. Anyway, we'll find out. Actually, let me just quickly number them, see if I have. Oh, the numbers in 4. So there should be 7. That was new. Number 5, 6, and there's number 7. Brilliant. Okay, now we have got one. All right. So sorry, I just thought because I found this one twice, maybe I'd forgotten to do one. Anyway, right. So almost done. Being a bully does not make them right. So even if we fail to make any impression, make any seed, we feel like we've lost the battle. It doesn't mean that they're right and we're wrong. Okay, it doesn't make them right. And that's a big. I know it seems not very comforting, but it kind of is, because it means that your cause wasn't wrong. Okay, if you feel like you have lost, okay, just keep in mind, your cause was just, okay, and them being a bully, in other words, if they're just stronger than you, as I say, you are going to meet opponents who are bigger, better, stronger, faster than you, and it's difficult to engage with those people because of all of that. But them being a bully does not make them right. Okay, so it may not seem very comforting now, but it has worked for me. Because we're only small in the scheme of things. So as I say, sometimes we'll feel like we've lost, but our cause is just, and that doesn't make them right. Okay, have a think about it. I know it doesn't seem very dramatic now. And then 7, really, bringing it, to point is in knowing that you are right. Okay, and and just remembering that. Okay, and and then I think it becomes easy, or a lot easier anyway. Because basically, if we're offering ethically, we're trying to help others, and that can never be wrong. If we're genuinely trying to help others, that can never be wrong. Even if we're misguided and we need to learn, that help is different. At least we're still trying to help them, and hopefully we're open and receptive enough to to learn if we're being wrong, if we're doing the wrong thing, if we're not helping. But we're trying to help others, and that's never the wrong thing. Okay, so so we might feel like we've lost, or made no difference, or all the other things I said before. They're not listening, they don't want to change, be helped, they don't care. All of these things. We're going to face all this, but the bottom line is we're trying to help. We're trying to help them, trying to help other people, and sometimes we won't manage to do that. Okay? And it's a cliche, but it's real. It's true. Even if I can help one person, that's a world of difference. If you can do more than that, that's fantastic. Okay, but even just helping one person is, it makes a world of difference. Okay, and that's all we can expect, to be honest. and again, I guess that's another, part of it. That's all that we can or should. That's all that we should expect. Okay? And again, that's kind of also being the bigger person, because as a bigger person, we understand that we shouldn't expect anything really, but we're just trying to help other people. And if we even manage to help one person, that's great. In likelihood, we're going to be planting lots of seeds, and the help we plant, may not come to fruition, for years. And it may not even be between us and them. It might be that they suddenly think, oh, hang on, this is what this other guy was saying to me. So this other person was saying to me, let me handle this person differently. Maybe I didn't need help, but maybe this person does, and I see that that's what this other person was trying to do for me back then. So now let me try and help this person, because they may need this help. And it was offered to me, and I didn't need it, or I refused it, or whatever. But now let me decide if or try and help this other person. Okay, and that's the magic. Okay, that's the magic. So the seeds are the magic. And we may never see them. And again, it's knowing that we're trying to help other people. It's the cause. That's the kind of legacy we're leaving, I guess. And we may not see it, in our own lifetime or whatever, or we may not see it in action. But as I say, it may be a knock-on effect, or it may be something that develops, over years in that person. Okay, but we're doing the best we can right now, and and that's basically how we be the bigger person. So as I say, a lot of this is about being patient. A lot of this is about seeing the bigger picture, and working from a position of karma and escalate, and wanting to help others. Okay, so that's basically the 7 rules, the 7 guidelines, I should say. I won't go through them again. But that's what they are, and I hope that's useful, because it's a big thing, because we're always going to come across conflict and all that kind of stuff, and it's hard to keep your strength when you're constantly fighting, and particularly when you're trying to help others and they're still fighting back, and you start to doubt yourself, and if you're doing the right thing. And you get imposter syndrome, and you think, can I, should I even be trying to help these people? Can I even help these people? Can I even help myself? What am I doing? So you can have all of these feelings, and and as I say, being the bigger person is about all of the 7 things that I've mentioned, tonight. And it's driven from that core belief that you're trying to help other people. And as I say, that, if you remember that, and also particularly, that phrase, which I probably should put on a t-shirt. Let me see if I can find it. If we're trying to help them, we don't want to defeat them. So I'm just going to put that as the end, slide as the end takeaway. Because that's the thing. It's not about being superior to them, or anything like that, to make ourselves feel big. It's not about making them feel small. Okay, and if you just remember, this is what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it, and you should find great strength in that, and that should help you be the bigger person. So if they need to get angry and react, and if they're resistant to to what you're saying, and most people will be, and as I say, we can't even help people who don't want to be helped. So don't be surprised at that, and move on. But if we can plant any seeds, that might be a great, wonderful thing. And again, we might not see this in our own lifetime, or it might not be with the same people. As I say, it might be a knock-on effect. Yeah, but this is the core thing. If we're trying to help them, we don't want to defeat them. And and if I think there's a lot of energy in that phrase. Okay, so that's it. That's tonight. I was going to do shorter, but at least I didn't go over endlessly. And I shall see you next time. And that's it. And I hope you enjoyed that. I'm looking at the comments. You like that. Oh, I don't mean 100 ever either. Right, and let's pop that in there. Let me just pop that in there. Okay, and I'll say good night. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.